Girls, what is something guys shouldn't feel insecure about? Story 1. Finishing quickly. I am honored, sir. Story 2. Being vocal when they orgasm. I've seen so many guys just hold their breath and try to choke any sound that might come out of their throat when they finish, and it's just a little sad. Like, what are you afraid of? I want to know you're having fun. I want to know you enjoy what's happening. Be loud about it. Screw the neighbors. Story 3. Dick size is probably something men are insecure about the most. Honest to God, the best lover I've ever had wasn't hung. He was an average-sized dude, and by today's standards, or more so the trope influenced by porn, is small. I'm not a fan of big dick. If the guys know how to use it, sure, it feels great, but most of the time it doesn't feel great, and I just end up in pain the following, and not in a good sense. Anyways, big reproductive organs are not the college diplomas of the world. Just because you have a college diploma does not mean you're going to be good at the job, or intrinsically intelligent just because you have it. And to further prove my point, when you go about bragging about your diploma, you're going to look like an incompetent idiot when you whip it out and demonstrate that you didn't learn a damn thing about how to utilize it in the real world despite having the means to get it. Seriously, if you're a man who has a small dick, I need you to let go of any insecurity you have regarding your size. The best thing that wows a woman is the ability to get in tune with her body and read her reactions. Story 4. Don't feel insecure about saying no. I feel like men are always expected to fix the problem, be brave, suck it up and quit whining, or being told to not say no to sex because they're getting laid, so what's the problem? To the point where people still think it's funny when a guy is getting emotionally or physically abused. That it's the man job to do all of the hard, scary stuff, to be expected to say yes to every job, every anxiety-raising task, and not want things like personal space, social reprieve, praise, appreciation, to feel validated or compassion. Forget resting and taking care of your own mental health. That deck ain't gonna build itself. Are you feeling sick and think you may need to go to the ER? Someone's got a man cold, boo-hoo. The giant hornet's nest on the porch? Just swat at them, grab them with your bare hands, and run with them like a football, damn it. Are you hanging out with your friends and doing things you genuinely enjoy? F you, ass. You are now a loser who is never going to find love since it's against the law to not be taking care of everyone you know while you're breathing. Men need to be able to tell people shit. Like if they're uncomfortable with the way a girl is aggressively them, be able to say that the demeaning things you say to them was not at all okay, not being shamed for not knowing how to assemble a Mustang manually like real men do. Yeah, in my opinion, a lot of individuals are feeling insecure over things that they shouldn't. We can't know the reasons behind that, but some of them are surely justified, as many people are truly suffering from dozens of things. However, no one should be scared to say no to anyone. I think that we should think with our heads only, as we are the bearers of our decisions, and no one should control that. Story 5. Okay, I know I can have some consequences due to my story, but who cares? I need to get some stuff off of my chest. People say on here that men showing emotions to their wives or girlfriends is a sign of weakness and deficiency with them. I think it's sad that societal still persists today. It seems like relationships/marriages are only based on what men provide, not based on love or companionship. It creates the idea that there is no such thing as equality and that relationships only benefit women, not men. I'm under the impression that most men would rather put up with that sort of behavior than be alone for the rest of their lives. And I think that's sad. Story 6. A good example is actually happening right now as I am at a pool party. Two very nice overweight guys are in the pool, but they are both wearing t-shirts to cover their guts and just standing around. Then there is a third heavyset guy who easily has an extra 40 pounds on the other two guys. He is shirtless, having the time of his life, playing with pool basketball game with his friends and cracking jokes. He is way more attractive to the girls because he isn't ashamed of his body and exudes confidence. Should all three lose weight? Sure, most of us should, but don't stop having fun because you are ashamed of yourself. Live your life and have fun. This is very attractive to all people. Just my opinion. I'm a middle-aged woman, and I think I have a bit of wisdom about things like this. Reply 1. My son is overweight and has that issue. A couple of summers ago, he finally said, "Screw it," took off his t-shirt and got in the pool. About half an hour later, a little girl, maybe about 4 years old, asked her mom why that boy has boots. I hoped against all hope that he didn't hear her, but he did. It broke my heart. Since then, t-shirt in the pool, and even a hoodie when it's hot sometimes. Story 7. Anything your skin decides to do on its own. Acne? Okay, cool. You're still adorable. Scars? Let me trace them and or kiss them. Freckles? Cute. That one weird mole? No biggie. Do you have eczema? No problem. I'll make sure to use different lotions when I give you a massage. Any other skin problem not mentioned is still nothing to worry about. You didn't choose your skin type or conditions, so no need to feel insecure about it. Roll with the punches and accept that you're a bad. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with this perspective. Everyone has their own unique features, and skin perfections don't define a person's beauty. I think it's important to embrace our individuality and support each other in feeling confident and loved no matter what our skin looks like. We all have our quirks, and that's what makes us special. Story 8. Penis size, for sure. At least for me, sex is an intimate experience focusing on connecting souls while making yourself completely vulnerable and trusting your partner. Even in extreme cases, there are a ton of sex toys and tools to get each other off. I'm including micropenis in this. There are so many tools and methods out there that you can use, giddily and excitedly as partners, to get each other off and shake things up. If a dude is dating a chick who breaks up with him due to his size, consider it as dodging a bullet, considering the plethora of tools out there that can be used to satisfy each other. If she gives up on your relationship for something so shallow, what else will she give up on so easily? Her priorities are obviously not in the right order. You will find someone who cares for you as you are, and you can still get freaky. Story 9. Accommodation. Don't be ashamed of where you live. I moved out at 16 and moved back in at 29 with my son in tow. Let my ex keep the house because I couldn't afford to rent it on my own, and he still had somewhere to live and be able to have his children overnight, so it made the most sense. I have a great relationship with my mom, so I'm quite lucky. I'm 32 and still living with my mom. Been back here for 3 years now. We split all the bills down the middle, and I have a free built-in babysitter that I know I can trust on the extremely rare occasions I go out. As long as you have a roof over your head, don't be ashamed of your living situation. Unless it's a pigsty and can be solved by just doing housework, then you definitely should be ashamed and should clean up. Who cares if you're still living with your parents when you get to your 30s or 40s? It's insanely expensive trying to rent by yourself, and the only way it can really be done, unless you're earning a shitload of money, is either to move in with a partner or a housemate. Unless you and your parents don't get on, live with them for as long as possible. Try to save as much as you can, and hopefully you'll be able to get enough money together for a mortgage. Mortgage payments tend to be lower than rent, at least in the UK. If you can't change it, don't worry about it. Live the best life you can. And as long as you're happy and not doing anything illegal, that's all that matters. We all have to die at some point, so make the most of the time you have. And don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah, life is too short to be embarrassed by your living situation. There are so many factors that come into play when it comes to housing, and everyone's circumstances are different. What really matters is having a safe and comfortable place to call home, regardless of whether it's with family or on your own. Story 10. Overt masculinity, repressing basic human emotions, feeling ashamed for feeling overwhelmed, defeated, or in over your head and need of help. The day stupid phrases like be a man become obsolete is the day I die happily. There's no reason male suicide rates are so much higher than female, other than that we're given an outlet and support and men are not. It's mental. Please never, never feel insecure about being unhappy, upset, overwhelmed, or depressed. These are normal experiences, but it is not normal to feel like you have to deal with them alone and hide from others. Be human, express your emotions, and ask for help. Story 11. Guys shouldn't feel insecure about stereotypical masculine standards. Do you want to do handicrafts like sew or crochet or scrapbook? Great, we can do it together. I suck at them though, so the farthest I'll probably get is watching YouTube tutorials with you. You can wear cute things and accessories like scarves and handbags. Hell, you can borrow mine. If you need some time to unload emotionally with a bubble bath or a one-on-one afternoon tea about whatever jerk you encountered X days ago, it doesn't mean you're weak or unreliable. It means you know how to handle your emotions in a controlled and healthy way. Story 12. People should never feel insecure regarding living up to all the expectations of life. It's a perpetual loop that will sink you if you let it. Just be the best version of yourself. That's all you can realistically do. I feel like guys get too caught up in it all, and who can blame them when they're told their whole lives that this is a man and nothing else? Just do what you want, fuck everyone else. If you're not hurting anyone, who really cares? Also, the size of their dick, unless it's a micro penis or the girl has a super stretched out vagina, you can get us off. Just pay attention to our cues and what we say, and we'll both have a good time. The point is that a lot of people are following the majority. For example, if society in general says something is attractive, it's for a reason. You can still get a partner, but yes, the thing you are insecure about is likely unattractive. Make yourself more attractive in other areas, and don't listen to this shit. Story 13. There are a lot of great ones already said, so I'll throw in some that haven't gotten enough attention. Height and being vocal during sex. I love hearing men moan. It's a huge turn-on. Also, owning cats. What the fuck? I saw someone say that in here. Who thinks men owning cats is girly? My man has a cat, and it's adorable seeing them together. He's so in love with her, and it makes me more in love with him. It shows his caring, nurturing qualities, which are super attractive. It makes me imagine what a great father he'll be one day. Story 14. Not want a big, flashy career. Some people have a calling to something, but most of us work to live, and not the other way around. And that's okay. If you just want to make enough to fund your hobbies or be a dad, that's fine. Being cautious or anxious. You're a dude, not a machine. Of course you're going to have worries. And the same goes for being triggered by past trauma. Ordering what you like to drink. Who cares what color it is, whether it's a cute umbrella or a slice of fruit? Who cares if it's just a lemonade? Please don't force beer or something you hate down your throat. Story 15. Crying. It can be so difficult to do. I didn't cry for probably 10 years due to getting told my entire life, men don't cry, suck it up, princess, by every other man in my life. After 2 years of allowing myself to feel, the one thing that broke my crying dry streak was my cat dying. That was the only thing in 10 years that managed to move me to tears. Thankfully, I'm getting better. Story 16. Balding. So many guys try to hide it or even get plugs or constantly wear hats. Just keep the sides cut close, buzzed, or shaved, and most women will actually think it's attractive. Reply 1. I'm 24 and started shaving it recently because it was getting so bad I hardly had a choice. Zero regrets. Before I pulled the trigger though, I actively tried to joke about my balding openly in order to cut away any awkwardness. If you own something, people can't make fun of you for it. That wasn't even a concern for me. I was more frustrated that people felt the need to tiptoe around it and damn near lie to me about it in order to avoid an awkward conversation. But towards the end of that awkward phase, and especially now after shaving it for a while, my confidence has been reaching all-time highs. Story 17. They should stop feeling insecure about showing emotion, especially in a relationship. I know a lot of guys grew up being told that showing emotion was girly, but honestly, when a guy is open about how he is feeling and doesn't suppress it, it makes everyone feel more secure. When the girl feels like she's the only one who has real feelings in the relationship, then it's hard to trust the guy. And the guy often feels misunderstood as he isn't conveying what he wants to. Guys, please know it's okay to be emotional. You deserve to be honest with the people around you, and it makes relationships so much better for everyone involved. Reply 1. This is so true. My husband and I have been together for 7 years. Growing up, he was always told to grow a pair anytime he tried talking about his feelings or showed any negative emotion that wasn't anger. When he and I first started dating, it almost ruined our relationship. But thankfully, after moving out on his own, he realized that it was a toxic behavior and has made incredible improvements. I've still only ever seen him cry maybe 5 times ever, 2 being when our children were born, but he's much better about communicating when he's sad or stressed, rather than holding in his feelings until he blows up. Please leave your story down below in the comments. I would absolutely love to make a video about them in the future. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.